This is KTVO's Good Morning Heartland.
It's easy to make New Year's resolutions. The harder part is keeping them, and for many, it's harder still when they are financial resolutions. To help us identify New Year's financial resolutions we can keep, we have Dr. David Bethel and Ashton Wolter with Financial Planners of Missouri. Good morning, and thanks for joining us this morning.
Yeah, good morning.
All right, so David, what is the key to making a good financial resolution?
Well, you need goals that are very specific and easily measurable. When the goals are too vague, it's really easy to just ignore them, or worse yet, maybe cheat.
And Ashton, can you give us an example of a resolution that is vague and then tell us how to turn around and make it better?
An example of a vague resolution would be to pay down debt. This isn't really measurable, as Dave mentioned, and so a better one would be to pay down $150 on your credit card bill every month. So it gives you a time frame and an amount and a due date. Sorry, excuse me. Now, I also would say that it's best to prioritize what debts you pay off first. We often recommend credit cards and then car loans.
Okay, and so a better resolution than just saving more money, just like you wouldn't say you want to lose weight to have a specific number, would be to save a specific amount of money out of each paycheck, right?
That's right. Rather than just say, I'm going to save more money this year, pick a dollar amount. Let's say it's $100 that you're going to be able to think you can save out of every paycheck. But in addition to saving in a specific amount and a specific time, you want to say where you're going to save it. Is this money going to go into your checking account, your savings account, your retirement account, or somewhere else? And I think that's really an important part that often gets overlooked. We see all too often people take the easy route, I think, and they put it in their retirement account. It's pretty easy to set that up, and it's really hard to get the money out. The problem is, it's really hard to get the money out,
right.
So you can't really take it out until you retire. And if all your savings goes there, and then your car breaks down, you need money for repairs, you don't have enough.
It's all tied up.
It's all tied up. You're back into debt, putting it on a credit card to pay that off. So we really think it's important to build up liquidity, having as much as 6 months' money saved up in a savings account before moving over to the retirement account is not too much. So a good resolution might be save $100 out of every paycheck into my savings account.
Just an emergency fund.
Yes.
All right, so that all makes a lot of sense. And we've learned that the more specific we are when we set our goals, the more likely they are to come true. And it is easy to have a resolution to stop wasting money, but that doesn't really give us direction. So how can we make that resolution better?
There's really two different ways to make the resolution better. The first one would be to figure out if you're overspending on anything that's not really bringing you value. So consider how much money you spend each month on things like coffee shops, eating out at restaurants, maybe magazine or newspaper subscriptions, cell phone expenses, and things like shipping charges. And then take a longer look at these areas. Figure out if there's anything you can reduce or cut out. For example, if you eat out at a restaurant 2 times a week and it costs you $25 each time, you're spending over $2,500 a year on it.
That adds
up.
up.
Yeah, it adds up really quickly.
All right, and that'll make sense. Is there another financial resolution that you think anyone and everyone can consider?
We believe that it's a good idea to know your net worth every year. It's pretty simple to calculate. You're just adding up your bank account balances and any investments that you have, and then that will get you part of your total assets. You also want to add in any major things you own, like cars or your home. And then from that, subtract debts that you have. And from there, you will get your net worth. And so it's really simple to do, and it's a good thing to keep track of over time.
Yeah, that's a helpful tool. And so at Financial Planners of Missouri, what are some resources you have available to those who want a little bit more information than what we talked about today?
Certainly anybody's welcome to call and schedule a time and come in and visit about whatever topic that they're concerned about. We're always happy to sit down and meet with somebody and go over those kinds of things. And we do really try to keep a lot of tools for budgeting, for keeping track of where you spend your money. We have a lot of tools like that are available for people, and certainly sometimes people take advantage of that.
All right, some good tips for keeping on track with our financial resolutions for this year. Thanks for coming in this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.